And then my niece put something on Facebook that I found very offensive, and I called her on it. And she said that it wasn't directed towards me, so I shouldn't be affected. I mean, I shouldn't be offended. And I said, but it's not the point. The point is you offended people like me. And because you know you're this certain way, you wouldn't know that it was offensive, but I'm trying to tell you that it's offensive. And she got so peeved at me, and near the end of the conversation she said, sorry, I don't know you anymore, and used my new name in a very condescending way. And I thought to myself, you know, I'm done. I can't keep hoping that they're going to be a certain way, and I can't keep groping in the dark looking for something that they will never be. So I decided to just stop. And for that whole week, I was sleeping better. My stomach issues, they seemed much better. And then my mom called Tuesday. I made the mistake of telling her that I'm having surgery. And so she was calling to find out if they had set the date for the surgery yet. And I told her that they had, and from the time that she learned that I was going to have the surgery to Tuesday, which has been 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks. No, must have been, I guess it was 3 weeks, almost a month. Every time she would talk to me, she would mention me going up to where she is to recuperate. And in the back of my mind, I hear everybody screaming not to do it, as if I would. It's almost like my gang doesn't have much faith in my decision-making process. But the last thing that I would ever do in my life right now, or from the time I left home at 19 to the day I die, is put myself in a vulnerable situation with my mom. I have scars all over my body from the last time I was vulnerable and alone with my mom. And that is never going to happen again. I will never do that. And she's not taking the hint. So finally I told her that I was like, I can't. I have way too many obligations. I'm having a hysterectomy. And it's like, does she honestly think that I'm going to feel comfortable enough to sit on a train, a bus, and a car right after surgery and ride for 5.5, 6, 9 hours? She's out of her flipping mind. And every time I talk to her, she's drunk. And it's like, what would be the point of me being there other than just to make you feel like you're doing something good for the world by taking care of somebody who's sick? I just made a decision that I couldn't do them anymore. I couldn't have that in my life anymore. From the sheer stress of thinking about them and the anger I feel when I think about them, it's detrimental to my health. And I really have to consider me. My whole life, up until the time I met Melissa, was about what everybody else thought. And in 2000, I just reached a point where I was like, you know what? There is absolutely no way I will appease anybody. And what is that worth to me? Having people upset with me all the time because I'm not a certain way. The best advice I ever received from a therapist, her name was Sheila. The best advice I ever received was, if you're not having any fun, stop. Ponder that for a second. If you're not having any fun doing a certain thing in your life, you have permission to stop. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Just imagine for a second that you are in this situation in your life, and you keep running into that same stupid wall, and you stop and you realize, I'm not having any fun. So I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop. And so you do. And so I did. And that's what I was doing with my family. I was running into that same stupid wall. That please change. Please be something else. Stop being who you are. And I thought, I can't change for them because they ask me. How fair is it for me to ask them to change when they are content with the way their life is right now? So I stopped. I can't blame my family for the choices I make now. It's not their fault. Now. This is kind of a ramble rant, but I hope everybody's doing well. I appreciate everybody who watches these and comments. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate watching your videos. It takes a very strong person to put videos on YouTube. You guys give me strength and inspiration, and I appreciate you being there. And I hope all is good.